context I want to bring today is this idea that education is cultural. In other words, if we look at an American educational system, there are certain values of the culture that the system is, of course, perpetuating and thinking about. We think about a European system, we think about an African system, we think about all kinds of systems of education. A lot of it's cultural. And so if we look at the cultural elements of education, we can really see what we're really producing. We talk about educating a citizen or educating a child or educating a next generation. Where this comes from is that I was just getting my teeth cleaned this morning and I was talking to one of the dentists, and the dentist was educated overseas. He was talking about just the respect for the teachers. He was talking about how there was no disrespect for teachers. He was talking about the value of the culture for teachers. He talked about the nature of how much money is put in to the teaching process and what happens when teaching is happening, education is happening. In other words, the culture had such a value for educators that their money, time, resources, energy, facilities, buildings, so many things were put in place because of the value for that. But then we look at an American system, we can look at a difference to where teachers are paid a certain way. But then we see coaches and coaches of high-profile universities or coaches getting paid probably 5, 6, 7, 10 times the amount of what a teacher may get paid. We think about the disrespect in the schools where there's how kids have responded to teachers in the same way that they're responding to their parents, which is disrespectful in various ways. We can look at so many different facets to show culture in the education. So if we want to enhance our education, we have to really think about the culture itself, because it is an artifact of culture. We have to think about how the culture itself has to shift. And then that would potentially, I believe, create value within the educational framework. So personally, as an educator, educated for about 13 years in higher ed, bringing in a value for education and teaching is a primary call of mine, a primary place where I operate. And I have to really think through the cultural elements of my educational style and how coming from my educational background and my cultural background, parents being immigrants, I bring a unique lens, a unique difference into the classroom because I'm bringing a cultural expression into the classroom. There's a value, there's a way, there's a lens that I see education. So again, food for thought, things to think about for today, how education is cultural. It's not this universal thing that everybody gets educated the same way. It really has a deep cultural lens, and having to really, for us to examine what is that cultural lens that affects the way we're educated and the power of what that can do to us and for us. Hope you're well. Take care.